Already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now, listen, you already know, first and foremost, time and energy is the highest forms of currency, my G. Time and energy are the highest forms of currency. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that moolah, getting to that quiz-op. You understand me? But always keep in the front of your mental Rolodex that time and energy is the highest forms of currency, my G, at all times. At all times. It already, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, big salute to all my day one investors. You understand what I'm saying? Big salute to all my new subscribers, all my new investors. You understand what I'm saying? My day one investors and my new investors. Big salute. This is a early morning live stream, but I've been on the road. You understand what I'm saying? I've been out crossing state lines at all times, and you got to be able to make a balance when it comes to, this content and when it come to handling grown man business. And we always handling grown man business. Now that I'm back at the big house, you already know the big house. Now that I'm back at the crib, I had some time to go through my DMs, and the biggest question, the biggest situation that I see in the DM right now is Meek Mills, Freak Mills, Cheeky Mills, Bunny Hopping Meek, in a whole situation with him and Puff Daddy, Diddy, love, the whole situation, the whole love triangle. It's something like a sex ring that been going on with Puff Daddy. You know what I'm saying? It's something like a sex ring that been going down with Puff Daddy. And again, it's a lot of people in the DM saying Big G and BTV, the Oracle. Don't you forget the TV, and you better always remember the Oracle. What is your perspective? What are your thoughts on the whole situation with Cheeky Mills? What's your situation? What's your thoughts? What's your perspective on Freak Mills? And I say, here we go. Let me address this. Now, we one thing for sure, two things for certain. I've been speaking on this whole situation with Puff Daddy for a long time. You can go back into my archives, you look at my old videos, you can really do some research and do your due diligence and see that I've been talking about this situation with Puff Daddy for a long time now. And I've really given y'all the rundown on what's going on with Puffy. I've really given a whole breakdown on the situation that's going on with Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? But being as though, we got short attention spans, things are moving really fast now in 2024. I told y'all it's a Kobe year. I don't mind kind of, debriefing some of those videos, kind of going back on some of that information to bring us up to present date. That's what's going on with Cheek Mills. Cheeky Mills and Freaky Mills and Bunny Hopping Meek. I mean, I got the name. You listen, man, these names fit you perfectly, Freaky Mills. But it all stems from Puff Daddy. It all stems from, Love, Diddy. Take that, Mr. Bad Boy himself. It all stems from him. So we gonna really dig into this situation. We really gonna, give a perspective, give some information on this situation. And you see a lot of content creators talking about this. You see a lot of people making content on this situation. But here at Grown Man Business TV, you already know we gonna scratch the surface. You already know that it's deeper than rap. So I told y'all a long time ago that the higher ups and the elites was aiming at Diddy. The higher ups and the elites wanted to sink their teeth into Puff Daddy. They had their eye on Puff Daddy. P. Diddy had a target on his back ever since he tried to buy that NFL team. He tried to get his hands on an NFL team. I think it was the Carolina Panthers. And, when they told him no, when they denied his access into the NFL, he went on that whole rant trying to get people to protest, trying to put it out there that they was being racial, they was racially profiling him, X, Y, and Z. This is where it started at. This right here, this situation went over a lot of people's head, and it went under a lot of people's bridges when Diddy tried to get that team. The Carolina Panthers were available. Diddy tried to get other multi-millionaires to, crowdfund the money. Crowdfund the money, get all the money put together, and have a Black-owned football team in the NFL. This is where he he alerted the higher ups and the elites. This is where they took notice. This is when they said, you know what, this guy could be a problem. This guy right here could be a problem. Now, we had him in the pocket for a long time, but this situation with the NFL and his team that he's trying to purchase with majority black owners makes him a problem. Now, don't get me wrong. Diddy has been a puppet for the higher ups and the elites for so long that even a situation like that, they kind of let that slide. They said, you know what? Puffy is getting a lot of money. He done did a lot of work for the higher ups and the elites. He done broken in a lot of young black men. He done brought them into the dark side. So we gonna let that one slide right there. He's one of our greatest puppets. Him, Jay-Z, etc. One of our greatest puppets. So we gonna let him slide on that. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now, the number two reason, the second, that was the first reason. That was the first issue that he had. But when it comes to this next issue, when it comes to this next angle, this is when the higher ups and the elites started the plot and the plan for the downfall. Yeah, the decline of Puff Daddy. And don't get me wrong, I want y'all to follow me as I fly this plane and as I land this plane, because it's all going to come back and it's all going to, make sense when it comes to Freaky Mills, when it comes to Cheek Mills, when it comes to, Bunny Hop and Meek. It's all going to make sense in the end. Oh, it's all going to make sense. Now, the first angle was the NFL team. You're not going to get multi-millionaires. You're not going to get all black men stand on grown man business and think you're going to have them crowd fund money. See, the last thing they want black people to do, especially at the top, especially the top puppets, they don't want them to crowd fund money. Now, you got to really be able to open your mind and your third eye to these concepts. You understand what I'm saying? Think about if Jay-Z or Puff Daddy or Dr. Dre told Rick Ross and all the other multi-millionaires to put some money together and we gonna buy this or we gonna buy that. That's one of the things you can't do. That's one of the things they scared of. That's one of the things that the puppets know. Hey, we can do X, Y, and Z, but we can't do that. Yeah, we can't liberate our people. We can't unite the people, homie. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now, angle number two, the next angle is DeLeon. Oh, DeLeon Ciroc, the whole liquor situation. See, a lot of people, again, they not seeing behind the smoke and mirrors. A lot of the distractions, Puffy's sex life. Yeah, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Puffy he's bisexual. He's bisexual. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. This is something that even a blind man could see miles away. That Puffy is a part of the LBG 123 ABC community. But you gotta understand something. That's the smoke in the mirrors. They want everybody to be caught up with who Diddy is laid down with, who Diddy has had fun with, who Diddy likes to party with, so that you can't see the big picture, so that you don't see behind the smoke and mirrors, so that you don't move the curtain to the side and take a look backstage. But that's what you come here to Grown Man Business TV for, homie. I know y'all miss me. I mean, it's different when the real is not speaking, but we got to handle Grown Man Business. So DeLeon Ciroc, everybody thought that, Diddy was the owner of DeLeon, that Diddy was the owner of Ciroc, and that's how they sold it to the black people. That's how they sold this liquor to the urban community. But I always tell y'all that the higher ups and the elites, they play chess at the highest level. They play chess at the highest level, and they know how much black people love the word ownership. I'm giving y'all some game, homie. Black people, we love the word ownership, but it's more than a word, it's an action. You understand? It's an action, homie. See, everybody in the black community, everybody in the urban community, we love to use the word boss. I'm the boss. I want to be the boss. You understand what I'm saying? But the word boss is more than a word, it's an action. Ownership is more than a word, it's an action. So what they did was they used the words ownership when it came to old Puffy Combs, old honeycomb, Diddy, P. Diddy, honeycomb, full of extra sweet honey. 'Cause Diddy full of that honey. I call him honeycomb. Yeah, yeah. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But the Russians, it was some Russians behind that whole situation. When you go and you Google DeLeon liquor, when you go and you Google, Ciroc liquor, Google the owner. Google the owner of DeLeon liquor, the owner of Ciroc liquor, and Diddy face do not show up, homie. Diddy he was never the owner of those liquors. He was only a shareholder, a small percentage as well, shareholder. You understand what I'm saying? And on top of that, he was the puppet. Listen, man, the higher ups and the elites understand that they always are going to have a puppet to be able to sway black people, to be able to sway the urban community. Because if we looking at them, they look like devils. They look like demons. We can see through them. They are soulless. So when we look into the eyes of these higher ups and the elites, it don't connect. We have a soul. They don't have one. They would never be able to sell anything to us without a puppet. And don't mind me, ride with me. It's been a minute since I came and spoke with y'all. It's been a minute since I rubbed shoulders with the investors. You understand, here at Grown Man Business TV. So we're going to ride this out. So Diddy was put in position to make a lot of money. Diddy was put in position to make a lot of paper by brainwashing the urban community and lying to the urban community to sell us that liquor, to have us out there partying with DeLeon, partying with Ciroc. They didn't, they came with the blue dot, right? And then they said, you know what? We done made so much money off these black people using Puff Daddy, using P. Diddy. Or we gonna make multiple different flavors, cherry. We're gonna make coconut. We're gonna make all vanilla Ciroc. Oh, it's gonna be multiple different type of Cirocs. We gonna feed to these people through P. Diddy. Now, follow me. After they make hundreds and millions of dollars, probably billions of dollars off the urban community selling this liquor. Because when you go into listen, let me tell you something. When you go into a country club, you don't find Ciroc and DeLeon in a country club. You might find some Jack Daniels. You might find some whiskey. You might find those type of alcohols. But when you go into a rock club, a heavy metal club, you don't find Ciroc and DeLeon. You understand me? You might find some Skyline vodka in those type of establishments. But when you come to the urban community, when you come to black people, you're gonna find Ciroc, you're gonna find Hennessy, you're gonna find all of the liquors that's sold and promoted for us. So after DeLeon, after the higher ups and the elites made millions and trillions of dollars off of this, off of this alcohol, Diddy decided that he wasn't getting a big enough cut of the pie. Whew, we're going to break this thing down. Diddy said, you know what? I'm not getting enough money for selling all of this liquor to these black people. I'm not getting a big enough percentage. I'm not getting a big enough cut of the pie, my G. I got all of my homies. I got all of my black establishments. I got all of my club promoters. I got the whole urban community drinking Ciroc and drinking DeLeon. Huh? And I ain't making enough money off of it. And because he wasn't making enough money, because they wasn't promoting it the way he wanted. So you got to understand something. When you a puppet, you get a budget. When you're not the bosses, they give you a budget. They say, you know what? We're going to put this amount of money into promotion. We're going to put this amount of money into marketing and all of that. Yeah. The budget wasn't big enough. Did he say, I'm doing all of this work and y'all ain't even, they start cutting the budget. They said, we don't need to give y'all this much money to sell this alcohol. We already got P. Diddy doing it. Now, P. Diddy wasn't feeling that. And again, P. Diddy hopped out there. He filed a lawsuit. You understand? He threatened to sue these people. He threatened to take everything. He wanted to take all of the, he wanted to take ownership of DeLeon, and he wanted to take ownership of Ciroc Liquors. And he threatened to take those people to court. You understand what I'm saying? And he threatened to expose the racial profiling that's going on in the liquor industry. Yeah, that's what P. Diddy did. Now, this is number two. This is the second time that Diddy went against the grain. This is the second time that Diddy threatened to expose the higher-ups and the elites, my G. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. This is the second time. And you got to understand something, man. One time, yeah, you heard what they said. You heard what, yeah, you heard that J. Cole song. You fool me one time, shame on me. You fool me two times. I mean, you can't fool me three times. You can't fool me three times. So after, and Diddy still has an ongoing lawsuit with these higher ups and the elites, these Russian billionaires. It's still an ongoing lawsuit that's going on right now. Now, let all that information lead us up to present day. Right now, present day. After Diddy filed that lawsuit with those liquor companies and the higher ups and the elites, and he threatened to expose them, that's when the campaign to delete Puff Daddy started. That's when the whole decline for Puffy started. After that lawsuit, Puffy been getting sued, and I told y'all already. They build you up to tear you down. They build you up to tear you down. But this is not 1969. This is not 1950s. They can't just, delete you, on a patio like they did Martin Luther King. They can't just delete you at a speech like they did Malcolm X. It's way more intricate now. It's way more details to this thing now. It's way more slippery. Yeah, it's a slippery slope, my G. So when you got a puppet that has been built up to billionaire status, when you got a puppet that you have put at the top of the mountain, it takes a whole campaign to bring them down. They have to first assassinate your character, homie. And how do they assassinate black men's character? They charge them with sexual assault. They get a whole bunch of women out there to claim that he did X, Y, and Z. And a lot of the times, they did do X, Y, and Z. Because when you're making your way to the top, when you're up under the higher ups and the elites, the majority of these guys start taking up traits that they learn from the higher ups and the elites. That's what make them sellouts. They start getting money. They start gaining power. They start getting motion. And they say, you know what? I'm more powerful than you. So the same thing those higher ups and the elites did to me, I'ma do to you. And that's what Puffy has been doing. Yeah. Yeah. And once you get the ball rolling, it's a snowball effect. It's no stopping it. So after P. Diddy was taking advantage of these young women, and after P. Diddy was taking advantage of Kim Porter, after P. Diddy was on his knees in Andre Harrell's office, because that's what Kim Porter said she saw Diddy doing. She said, and she was going to put it in a book before she was deleted, that she walked into her office and she saw Diddy on his knees. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You understand what I'm saying? So the higher ups and the elites are going to let you destroy yourself. It was something that was said in a Tupac movie that always stuck with me. And this is when Tupac was talking to his mother, and his mother told him, the higher ups and the elites are going to give you everything you need to destroy yourself, so that when it's time to destroy you, it's easy. When it's time to take you out, it's easy. And that's what they did to Puffy. They found out that Puffy likes sex. Puffy is a nympho. He's a sex addict. And not only does he like heterosexual sex, he's into LBG 123 ABC community activities as well. So we're going to surround him with beautiful women. We're going to surround him with promiscuous men. and we're gonna watch this thing take off. So after Diddy sued those people, after Diddy tried to get a bigger percentage in DeLeon and Ciroc, now all of the skeletons come out the closet, slowly but surely. And one thing for sure, two things for certain, the majority of the people around Puffy never expected that they might have to fall with Puffy. Oh, y'all been, listen, man, it is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be, my G. So yeah, Diddy, first thing they want to do is they want to assassinate his character. That's what they're going to do. That's what they have been doing. Sexual assault charges, abuse. You know what I'm saying? Forcibly. Yeah, he's been forcing himself on people. Now, second, what they're going to do is they're going to drain Puffy's pockets. And I told y'all this already. See, these higher-ups in the elites, they say, you know what? We done built you up. We done made you all this money. We done put you in position. We done used you as a puppet, my G. And now when we take you out, we're going to assassinate your character and we're going to drain your bank accounts. So these guys, man, they make billions of dollars. They make hundreds of millions of dollars. And the only people that you're rich to is the urban community. The higher-ups in the elites, they got that Arab money. They got trillions. They got multi-billions. They got hundreds of billions of dollars. Your little 1.2 billion, your little 2.2 billion is nothing. It don't take nothing for them to give you a couple of lawsuits, have you pay out a couple of dollars, and you're not a billionaire anymore. You're back down to 100 millionaire. Pennies. It's pennies in their eyes, my G. Now, I had to break those things down so that you could really understand and just get a quick bird's eye view on what's going on with Diddy. Why is this happening? You understand what I'm saying? Now, here we go when it comes to Cheeky Mills, when it comes to Meeky Mills, when it comes to Bunny Hoppin' Meek. Let's talk about that. Now, while Diddy is doing all the things that he's doing, while Diddy is having all the fun that he's having, and everything is beautiful and everything is golden and everything is going up and everything is prosperous, you got all of these young artists that look up to Diddy. You got all of these young artists, these young men that come out of poverty, that come out of the urban community, that only want to make their way into the game and get rich so they can buy their mama a house, so they can buy their sister a house, so they can take their whole family out of poverty. You got all of these young men looking up to Diddy. And the higher-ups in the elite say, Diddy, one of your main jobs is going to be to bring these young men in. The same way Andre Harrell brought you in, the same way Andre Harrell broke your back, the same way the same way you got on your knees for Andre Harrell, everything you learned from Andre Harrell, you're going to pass down in these youngins. We put you in position. See, the higher-ups in the elites, they took Andre Harrell out. You ever notice that these dudes all pass away from cardiac arrest? They all pass away from pneumonia. They all pass away from these symptoms that can be produced by man-made drugs. You know, somebody slips something in your drink and you have cardiac arrest. You know, somebody slips something in a needle and you have pneumonia and cardiac arrest type symptoms and you die. You think that Andre Harrell passed away naturally? You think that he just naturally was? No, homie. Diddy was groomed. Diddy was groomed. And after he passed the test, he was put in position. So, Diddy, your job is now to bring in these rappers. We want the hardcore gangsters, Puffy. We want the street guys. But we don't want them to, we want you to bring them in to us. And we'll put you in position to break them down. You know, Brokeback Mountain. So again, you got all these young guys coming in, looking up to Puffy, looking up to Diddy. Even Biggie started seeing the flaws in Diddy, and he started distancing himself from Diddy, and that's why he lost his life. That's why he got taken out. Because it don't take long for a real man that stands on grown man business and is heterosexual to look at Diddy and start to see some of his mannerisms and start to see some of his movements and understand homie Homie is Rainbow Coalition. I don't know if I should. Nah, I don't want to be too close, dude. He's part of the coalition. He's part of the community. So you got all these rappers coming up looking at Diddy, admiring Diddy, wanting to be Diddy, wanting to be signed to Diddy, wanting to sit next to Diddy. And Diddy, not only is he bringing them in with opportunity, he's telling them get down with Bad Boy. Matter of fact, you ain't got to sign to Bad Boy. Just get in the industry. You're going to end up rubbing shoulders. We're going to do business. But before we do business, I got a mansion party that I would love for you to come in and tap into. Hey, Meeky Mills. Hey, Freaky Mills. I mean, Meeky Mills. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you Freaky Mills. Meeky Mills. Y'all here in Hollywood, you know, you're doing your thing. Listen, I got a party, and we're going to, listen, I want a party. Diddy get all these young boys at these parties. And not only does he seduce them with celebrity, not only does he seduce them with, you know, opportunity, he spikes the bottles. Ooh, yo. Diddy spikes the bottles. He put them freaky drugs in those bottles, and he gives them to the girls. He put them freaky drugs. I told y'all a long time ago. If Diddy was spiking the bottles for them girls, you think he ain't give Meeky Mills one of those spike bottles as well? You don't think he gave those rappers like Conway the Machine one of those spike bottles as well? How you think Conway the Machine ended up in a jacuzzi with Puff Daddy? Because you get to sipping on that Deleon, you get to sipping on that Ace of Spade, and they got ecstasy in it, and they got all of these freaky drugs in it. And next thing you know, an hour later, you feeling like Pharrell and Nelly, and it's getting hot in here, and you want to take your clothes off, and yeah, you know the song I'm talking about. Diddy spiked those bottles. He put so much freaky drugs that even a Conway the Machine ends up in a jacuzzi with Puff Daddy. Now, I mean, we could go down the list, because I told y'all, the majority of these rappers that was at these parties, they never could fathom that Diddy had a camera hidden in every room. They never could fathom that Diddy was being set up by the higher-ups and the elites, and that in due time, they would fall. They would be exposed. Yeah. Yeah, they never, you partying. You done made $20 million. You done bought your mama and your grandmama a house. I mean, you done literally pulled yourself by the bootstraps out of poverty. But the closet, the bones in there, you hide those. You don't want to talk about, the nights that you was at those parties and Will Smith and yeah. This is the side of the game they don't tell y'all about. This is the part of the game I always been exposing. This is why I tell y'all. I mean, listen, man, listen, be careful what you asking for. So after Diddy gets these rappers and he influences and he seduces these rappers, he spikes all the bottles. You don't hear nobody see, they always talk about him spiking the bottle for them young women. No, Diddy was spiking all the bottles. Even the bottles he told y'all wasn't spiked, those was spiked. Because at the end of the night, yeah, it's getting hot in here. You feeling like taking off all your clothes. And Diddy, yeah, he's a savage with it. He's a savage with it. Now I say all that to say this: when it come to Freaky Mills, when it come to Cheeky Mills, when it come to Bunny Hop and Meek, I say all that to say this. Now that I really broke down for y'all, what Diddy is there for, how he is the puppet master, how he has a Geppetto pulling his strings, and he is the Geppetto pulling the strings of these little rappers. Now that I broke that down, think about the times you saw P. Diddy and Meeky Mills, Freaky Mills, Cheeky Mills dressed alike. You seen the thumbnail, right? Matching outfits. I want you to also think about the time where we saw Freaky Mills in that pool after one of those long nights of partying at Diddy's Yeah, Daddy's house. Because you know Diddy got all these young rappers calling his home Daddy's house. So they calling him Daddy. And it was a particular video where Cheeky Mills is in the pool and he had a long night of partying with Diddy. And Diddy is saying, "You deserved it, Daddy. Yeah, Daddy, you deserved it. Yeah, Daddy. Yeah, Daddy, you deserved that. What we did, yeah." And look at Cheeky Mills. Listen, Freaky Mills, look at his face. He's embarrassed. He done had 2 or 3 bottles of that Spike Deleon. He done had 2 or 3 bottles of that Spike Ace of Spade. And he got freaky in Daddy's house. Freaky Mills got freaky in Daddy's house. And now you got Diddy standing over him, recording him, calling him Daddy, telling him that he deserved every inch that he took last night. Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry to keep it real with you guys. I'm sorry. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He called him Daddy and told him he deserved it. Yeah. Now you can put together, when you look at these situations, when you see a Meek Mills with a Nicki Minaj and he's not able to keep her. We all saw Mickey Mills with Nicki Minaj, and I remember not understanding how he wasn't able to lock that down and put a baby in that. But somehow he's able to keep these billionaires, these white billionaires happy. He's able to keep Diddy smiling. He's able to keep Puff Daddy cheesing ear to ear. He's able to have matching outfits with Puff Daddy, but he's not able to keep a Nicki Minaj in his good graces. That's because it was never Meek Mills. It was always Freak Mills. It was always Bunny Hop and Meek. It just took time for him to be exposed. Again, and Diddy is the root of this. The whole situation with Usher. The whole situation with Justin Bieber. Look at these guys' eyes when they talk about Puffy. Listen, go and look at my shorts, man. I got shorts. Look at Justin Bieber's eyes when he's around Diddy. These guys understand. They understand that Diddy he's the Geppetto. He's pulling the strings. And I told y'all, dudes like Diddy, dudes like Jay-Z, the top puppets, they learn from the higher-ups and the elites. So like Jeffrey Weinstein, you understand me? They learn. Put a camera in every room. Make everybody feel comfortable. If they want to go in the X room, you know, we got 20 rooms in this mansion. And if they want to go in one of the back rooms and have sex, it's being recorded. It's being recorded. You understand? If they go in one of these back rooms and they have an orgy session and you know, during this orgy session, after they done drunk all of this freaky alcohol, they be spiking with it, and after they done did their thing in this orgy, you know, as he's doing something with Shorty, you might have one of these other dudes pull up behind him and start kissing his neck or something like that. This is all being recorded. This is all being recorded. And after he lets that go down, you know, she's topping him off, and then you know, you got the transmission come through, and it get freaky at Daddy's house. And when Daddy goes down, when Puff Daddy falls, everybody's gonna fall with him. Everybody. So I told y'all before, man. It's a difference between Jay-Z and Puffy. You know, to get into the upper echelon, you gotta have a wife, homie. You have to appear to be a family man. All billionaires are married, and if they don't get married right now or they get divorced, always notice that all of these billionaires and trillionaires get married over and over and over again. They get married over and over and over again because they have to portray the family image. You don't get to be a billionaire and run around with Young Miami and run around with you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that without coming down soon enough. The decline. And that's what happened with, again, I said all that to break it down so that when you think about these situations with Freaky Mills, it makes sense to you. Think about when Puff Daddy was talking to Jada Kiss and he was talking to Fabulous and he told Fabulous, we ain't partied yet, homie. I want to party with you. I want to party with you for your birthday, and I ain't taking no for an answer. And look at Fabulous eyes when Puffy was saying that. Look how scared he was. Imagine a regular dude on the street talking to Fabulous and, approaching him in that manner. Imagine how Fabulous would react. He would say, man, he would talk gangster to him. But when it come to Puff Daddy, when it come to Diddy, oh, Fabulous was scared to death. And Jada Kiss didn't say one word. Jada Kiss was giving him the eye, like, please don't bring that this way. But if you notice, Jada Kiss didn't say a word. He sat there and he didn't say a word. And he was praying. He was saying, please don't bring that shit. Don't talk. Listen, I see what's going on, and I'm not going to interrupt you, Diddy. I know what you want from Fabulous. I see you pursuing him. I see you flirting with him, but I ain't going to say nothing. Kiss didn't say a word. You understand? So this is the thing. This is the way. And again, with these cameras, homie, with this new age technology, with the exposure of the higher ups and the elites, with the exposure of the industry, these things are being caught on camera and they're being exposed to the public and they're being exposed to the people, my G. So you got to understand something. Diddy has done that a million times to a million different artists. Sat down at a party, you know what I mean? Came into a boardroom, came into a meeting. We talking about album sales. We talking about marketing, promotion. We talking about how we going to get this music to the next level. And Diddy turn over and look right at you and say, I'm trying to party with you. You want to go platinum? Well, listen, man, I ain't party with you for your birthday yet. Your birthday just passed, didn't it? I didn't get a phone call. I didn't get an invite. You understand me? So we got to make up for that. I got a mansion party going down at Diddy's house in 2 weeks, and you make sure you come. And when you come to Diddy's house and when you come to Daddy's house and you come to party, we going to have drinks. Oh, yeah, we going to party, man. We going up, baby. No, yeah, bring your overnight bag, because I'm going to want, yeah. When you guys get so drunk and you get so intoxicated, I don't want you driving home. We don't need nobody to have we don't want no drunk drivers. So you bring an overnight bag when you come to Daddy's house, and we're gonna get drunk, and we're gonna have a party, and we're gonna have a freak off. Oh, you don't know about the freak off? Listen. I just want to party with you. But see, yeah, the situation with Fab was saved because we was able to see it. We was able to joke about it. We was able to say it's exposed to the public. But how many artists had Diddy done that to? How many artists has that worked on? And it's looking like Freaky Mills is one of those artists. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Any man that had Nicki Minaj in her prime like that and wasn't able to capitalize off the situation, wasn't able to put a baby, something would have happened. She would have, we going to have babies. We having babies. I would have had Nicki, we having babies. You couldn't keep Nicki Minaj in your good graces, but these rich billionaires, they love you, Freaky Mills. Oh, they love you. They love to get you at these mansions and have you with your boy shorts on and your bunny hopping with your hands and your bunny hopping with your hands. Oh, they love you, them billionaires. Diddy told him, listen, man, we got a guy in jail. His name is Freaky Mills, and I done had plenty of parties with him, and you guys will love him. But you got to, you get him out of jail. Yeah, we going to get your ass out of jail. We going to put you in a helicopter. We going to take you right to the Sixers game. Oh, we going to splash you in lavish luxury. But at the end of the night, Freaky Mills, it's time to get freaky. Oh, you going to get Freaky Mills is a freak. Freaky Mills, Cheeky Mills. Yes, it is what it is, homie. It is what it is. I'm talking, I would say thousands of artists have failed under OP Diddy. And they're gonna fall. Usher. We already knew about Usher. But it's gonna be artists like Freaky Mills that's gonna get exposed because when they take down a top puppet, when they take down a Geppetto, listen to me, man. When they take down the one pulling the strings, when they take down a Geppetto, all the puppets that's hooked up to them strings, they get exposed as well. It ain't the Geppetto that just get exposed. It's all of the guys that's hooked up to those strings. And it ain't just Freaky Mills. That's just the tip of the iceberg. To take down a conglomerate like Puff Daddy, to take down a Geppetto, a Big Dog, one of their top puppets like Puff Daddy, they're going to assassinate his character and they're going to assassinate everybody in the mix, everybody connected to Puffy Combs, to Honey Combs. I told y'all it's a big difference between Jay-Z and Puff Daddy. Jay-Z, he's following his script perfectly when it comes to the higher-ups and the elites. He's going to be the one that's going to be able to, get his hands on a football team or a basketball team because he's following the footsteps of the higher-ups and the elites perfectly. One of the main things is you have to start a family, the image of family for the public. You don't get to just be a billionaire and run around with Young Miami and her homeboy. Yeah, what's his name? I don't even think of his name. You know who I'm talking about? Miami, her LBG homie, the big dude, the linebacker, the Tampa Bay linebacker. He's a Tampa Bay defensive end. I can't even think of his name, but you don't get to do that. You don't get to be a billionaire and then do all of this in public. You got the Jeffrey Weinstein this thing. You got to get yourself an island. You got to do all of your dirt indoors. But when you step out to the public, you need to have a wife. You need to have multiple kids that you are, under your wing. You need to present yourself as a family man. So Diddy is not Jay-Z. Jay-Z is not Diddy. Saucy, you don't get to run around. Yeah, you don't get to run around with Young Miami and a Saucy Santana. I can't even remember dude's name because that's how far away, that's how disconnected to the LBG that I am, homie. I don't deal with the Rainbow Coalition. I don't deal with the ABC LBG 123 community. I don't deal with them. But so you think you can, you think Diddy ain't tried Saucy? You got to have the truth. You got to have the real, homie. And when you listen to these content creators talk about this situation, you're not going to hear them talk like this. They straddle the fence. They want to joke Meek Mills and they want to make fun of these guys, which I'm going to do as well, but they don't want to give the real truth on why it's going down. They don't want to insinuate that Diddy done, Diddy, you think Diddy ain't tried that Saucy Santana on his wings? You won't think Diddy done, Diddy done had Saucy Santana all on his wings from the wing stop. Diddy done had Saucy Santana wings from the wing stop. And Diddy, Diddy gonna clean the bone. Diddy gonna eat come on, man. Come on, man. You think Diddy ain't had some of Saucy Santana allegedly? Diddy Diddy is, come on, man. He is a tyrant. He is a sexual deviant. He is a sex addict. He done hit Saucy. He done hit they done had a good time together. You got to understand, man. You got to be able to see through the smoke and mirrors. And right now, it's looking bad for Freaky Mills because Freaky Mills, instead of addressing the situation, instead of Freaky Mills, really standing on business, he's attacking DJ Academics and he's attacking the bloggers, and he got so much anger and so much rage for a DJ Academics, but then you will bunny hop on a tennis court for these billionaires. The same billionaires that got caught in a brothel in Florida, you know, the owner of the Patriots, he got caught in a brothel in Florida with a transmission getting a happy ending. This is the same guy we always see Meek Mill's, you know, yeah, Michael Rubin. Michael, come on, man. Come on. It's hard to defend yourself when it's the truth that you're defending yourself from. You understand? So if somebody would have said something about Meek Mills, you know, that wasn't facts, it'd be easy. It'd be easy to go ahead and, change the narrative. But we done seen Freaky Mills in a pool being called daddy by Puffy. We done seen Freaky Mills in matching outfits with Puff Daddy. You can't tell me. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, man. Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. Put a 100 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. Put a 100 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. Because I don't want these facts to go over your head or under your bridge. I can't, I got to be able to tell you the real. I got to be able to give the real. So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Diddy been, it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap, my G. It's always deeper than rap. It's always deeper than rap. Why you think that everybody felt a certain type of way about Kim Porter being deleted? Because everybody knew why she was deleted. Andre Harrell used to make Diddy get on his knees and fix that. Yeah, he used to make Diddy get on his knees and take that. And Kim walked in and she saw it with her own eyes. And see, hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. So when you get in this industry and the higher ups and the elites take advantage of you and they use you, they do what they want to do to you. When you get in position, for most people, the first thing you want to do is do the same exact thing they did to you. And that's what Diddy did, and that's why he's gonna pay. I mean, it get deeper than rap. It get, I'm talking all the way to Biggie Smalls, all the way to Tupac, Kim Porter, it's a lot of blood on Diddy hands. It's a lot of blood on Diddy hands. And when you got that much blood on your hands, you want to party, homie. You want to get drunk. You want to get intoxicated. You want to get high. You want to snort that Yola. You want to put that cocaine. You want to do everything to run from the reality that you have made from yourself. You got to understand, with all that blood on your hands, with the things that Diddy did to get into this industry, it's no amount of money that's going to fix that. There's no amount of money that's gonna heal that. There's no amount of money that's gonna make you happy. So now what we gotta do is we gotta have these parties. And not only are we gonna have these parties where we're gonna have the top rappers come to these parties, but we're gonna hire, sex workers, and we're gonna spike all of the alcohol. Because you gotta ask yourself this question: why would you're already Puff Daddy, you're already P. Diddy, you're already the man, you're already love, you're already the top of the top. Why would you now have to drug these young women and drug these young men to be able to get them to do what you want them to do? Why would you have? I mean, I'm not even on that level as far as finances and stature and fame and celebrity. And I don't have to drug. I would never have to drug a female ever. Because you got to understand, like I said, when you got that much blood on your hands, you can make $1 billion and still not be happy. You can make $1 billion and still have to drug women and drug men, because it's deeper than sex, homie. It's a ritual that's happening. And most people Believe it or not, they still got a soul in here. And they'll do some freaky things. But when it come down to these rituals, your soul is gonna tell you, nah, I can't perform in this ritual. This is a ritual, homie. This is a ritual. The young man that was working for Diddy. Now I wanna, I'm still gonna, we're gonna stay on Freaky Mills, but the new lawsuit that's coming out with Puff Daddy, first and foremost, I want to say you can't go to multiple different cities and multiple different parties and multiple different freak offs and then say that you was a victim. And just like Freaky Mills, this producer Lil Rod, he done been to multiple different freak offs. He done been to multiple different states and cities with Puffy. He done traveled and lived with Puffy for 9, 10 months. This is not a violation of your privacy. This is not a violation. Nobody violated you. I understand it's a money grab. You got to play a victim to get the money. But let's not act like you wasn't because letting him grope I read I heard some of the paperwork. I read some of the paperwork, and he would grope your anus and XY. Come on, man, you let that happen. You was with that. And that's another reason why Freaky Mills is going to have such a problem denying this situation, because it's not like you went around Puffy and he exposed you to some freakiness that you wasn't with, and then you never hung around him again. Freaky Mills, you went to one party, you got freaked out, you liked it. After it all settled down, after all the smoke and mirrors cleared away, after the dust settled, you said to yourself, man, I had a good time partying with Puffy. And then you went to another party, Freaky Mills. And then you said, you know what? We got the same. Let's do matching outfits. Let's do matching outfits. You got freaked out so good, man. He freaked you down so good that one party. You went to turning and you went to wearing matching outfits, and then you said, I got to be at the next freak off, Diddy. And then Diddy recorded you because now he's comfortable. And he recorded you after a long night of freak off partying. I mean, y'all had a long night of freaking off. And he recorded you in the jacuzzi the next day or in the pool. And you was relaxing in the pool. And you looked winded, Freaky Mills. I mean, when you was in that clear blue water and we looked at you, you looked like you been worked out all night long. You look tired, man. You look worn out. And Diddy looked at you and said, you deserved it, daddy. And you didn't deny it. You didn't tell him, hey, don't call me daddy. Hey, Puffy, I'm not your daddy. Hey, Puffy, I'm from Philly. We don't use the word daddy. I would appreciate if you didn't call me your daddy. You didn't do none of that, Freaky Mills. You sat there and you looked at the camera and you said, well, yeah, your eyes told it all. I'm tired, man. Diddy and his sex workers and all the ecstasy and all the spiked drinks. You were soaking in that pool. You were sore in that pool. This is how it happens. And it's the same thing with Lil Rod. It's like, bro, how many different occasions is you going to go and order and hire sex workers before you say, I ain't with this kind of LBG activity? You done went to Denver and you done hired sex workers. You done went to LA and you hiring sex workers. You was in New York and you was hiring sex workers. It's all in the paperwork. It's all in the paperwork. You was in Florida and you was hiring sex workers. How many? So how are you a victim? How about you say that, and I'm gonna be very honest. Be very honest. Get your money, man. Get your money. But we see through the smoke and mirrors, homie, and you were far from a victim. You stay, you said Cuban, you said, what's the boy name? Cuban Jr., the young boy, you know who I'm talking about. You said the actor came in there and said, we need to get to know each other. And he groped your buttocks and he groped your lower back and he groped your anus. And you said all of this in the paperwork and you didn't leave. But nowhere in the paperwork did it say, I knocked out Cuban Gooden Jr. and I left the house and I never came back. Yeah, I stayed in that house. And you did what you, you did what you needed to do to stay on that album. You did what you needed to do. You played and you performed in the industry, and now you want to be a victim. Well, listen, man, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Freaky Mills. Here's my suggestion to you and my suggestion to Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, aka Honeycomb. I got a suggestion for y'all. You know, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Your best bet is to just come out and say that you have been a homosexual for a long time. You have performed in homosexual activity for a long time, and it is what it is. Puffy, Freaky Mills, Honeycomb, you both need to come out the closet and just say, listen, we didn't want our business, but you know what? We didn't take advantage of these people. These people we are all a part of the LBG. That's what y'all should say. Just admit it. Just embrace it. Because the day and age that we live in, if Puff Daddy was to say right now that he is a homosexual, oh, there's all the scrutiny, all the disrespect, all the jokes would stop. Oh, if Puffy was to come out right now and say exactly what it is and what he been doing and say, listen, I've been doing this since back in the day with Andre Harrell. Puffy been on his knees. Kim Porter saw him eating. Yeah, he was eating it. If he was to just say, this is who I am. This is what I am, and I love it, and embrace it, and go to a gay pride parade, and start wearing the rainbow coalition colors. Diddy, all of this would be swept under the rug. Puff Daddy, Honeycomb, you wouldn't have to worry about being sued. You won't have to worry about jail time. They won't put you in jail. You won't face the RICO, but you got to come out, and you got to do the biggest humiliation ritual ever. You need to do a press conference, and you need to have the whole LBG 123 ABC community backing you. And you need to tell, hey, listen, as soon as you come out, you ain't gonna have nothing to worry about. And Freaky Mills, it is what it is, man. You should do the same thing. You can be the first gay rapper out of Philadelphia. You can be the first homosexual rapper out of Philadelphia, out of the city of brotherly love. You come from the city of brotherly love, Freaky Mills. Trying to play gangster, trying to act like you're sliding on this, and we don't believe you anymore. You need more people. You need to slide on Diddy. But, well, you know what? I take that back. Your ass already was sliding on Diddy. You need to stop sliding on Diddy. Freaky Mills is looking. Freaky Mills, I'm sorry to tell you, it's over. Your career is over. I knew it was over when your ass was bunny hopping on that tennis court. Freaky Mills, if you just come out, you won't have to worry about this scrutiny anymore. Nobody will joke you. Everybody's scared of the Rainbow Coalition. Nobody wants to disrespect the Rainbow Coalition. And Freaky Mills, I think it's time that you just be honest with yourself. Don't get mad at DJ Academics. DJ Academics is only seeing what we all see. He's only, speaking what we all see. Nobody wants to be honest with you. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Freaky Mills. Your ass is a freak. You've been freaking off, and you've been at these freak fests, and you've been at these freak offs for a long time, Freaky Mills. Bunny hopping Meek, your ass need to come out the closet. Be honest. Tell everybody, listen, I apologize. I was going through what I was going through, and I've been in the closet, and I've been Freaky Mills for a long time. And that was my name was Freaky Mills, but my friends told me to say Meeky Mills because that would appeal to the streets. It is what it is. It'll be what it's gonna be, man. We got to address these things, man. That's one thing that makes the channel so prevalent. That's one thing that makes Grown Man Business TV so prominent and so necessary in this day and age. I'm very necessary, homie. I take a few days off. I'm handling Grown Man Business. The DMs are on fire. Where you at, GMB TV? We need you. What's your perspective on this? And my perspective on this is Diddy been taking advantage of young boys for a long time because he was taken advantage of when he was just a dancer. Diddy was he was a feminine guy. He was a dancer. He wore lip gloss and he had a curly jerry curl, you know what I'm saying? And he just wanted to dance and make good music. And Andre Harrell dropped his draws and told him, come work this out. You want to be the big dog? You want to be, you want to be big? I'm going to show you how to be big in this industry. Andre Harrell dropped his drawers and told Diddy to get on his knees, and Diddy got on his knees. And then Diddy took that same blueprint and he started applying it to different people. Christopher, what's the boy name? I want to say Christopher Wallace, but that's Biggie. The I'll Be Sure guy. I think I'll Be Sure. Christopher Williams. The names come to me. Christopher Williams was one of the first guys that Diddy tried that angle on and it worked. Christopher Williams is one of the guys that they talk about from back in the day. I like this song on New Jack City. I used to like Christopher Williams' music as a young guy. I was really young, but my old heads would play that music, and I remember it to this day, and I listen to some of his songs to this day. Christopher Williams, and this is the first guy that Diddy told to get on his knees. And again, somebody walked in, and they talk about this. They talk about walking in and Diddy having Christopher Williams on his knees, working it out, doing what he do best, rocking the mic. This is not a an industry secret. These are things that are in the public that if you do the due diligence and you look into it and you understand what's going on and you understand the higher ups and the elites, then you know what it went down. And that's where that's the initiation to the power trip. That's when he first felt power, when he made Christopher Williams get on his knees. And he been doing that ever since. Ever since. Go back to my old videos. I mean, one of my first videos is a video where I got Conway the Machine in the jacuzzi in some thin-ass boxes with Puff Daddy. What would make Conway the Machine, this gangster rapper who got shot in his face, be in a jacuzzi with a bunch of dudes, maybe two? It was a bunch of guys, thin-ass white boxes. I'm talking the jail boxes, homie. What would make Conway the Machine get in the jacuzzi with Puff Daddy? Because Puff Daddy has mastered the art of seduction. Ooh. Yeah. I wanted to address that. We're gonna talk, I'm in town for a couple of days. So I'm going live early right now. And then we're gonna go live tonight. And we're gonna address a few other things that I'm seeing in the media, a few other things that I'm seeing take place. Diddy, it's over for Diddy. When the higher ups and the elites want you, they're going to assassinate your character. And right after they start assassinate your character, they're going to start draining your bank account. And once your money is low enough, once your money is not the billionaire status, once you are now, 100 millionaire, you got a couple of hundred, now we got you down here. Now you down bad. Now they can really. But if Diddy come out the closet, if Freaky Mills come out the closet, game over. That's the checkmate. That's the real win, Freaky Mills. I know it's hard. I know you don't want it. I know it's hard. But you, Little Nas X, Saucy Santana, you guys have a whole lane. Freaky Mills. There's no more Meek Mills, man. We don't want, the Meek is gone. You are no longer Meek. Meek is gone. It's Freaky Mills. It's Cheeky Mills. Oh, yeah. It's Cheeky Mills, baby. You are extra cheeky, homie. Extra cheeky. Freaky. Bunny hopping Meek Mills. Bunny hopping Freak Mills. That's what it is from here on out. Yo, I'm gonna call him. Listen, Freaky Mills the transmission. I'm gonna call him Freaky Mills the transmission. Yeah, with his transmissions. Yeah, sometimes your transmissions get to slipping. You know a transmission to get to slipping. Freaky Mills, the transmission, you've been slipping for a long time, homie. You've been slipping for a long time. And Puff Daddy, aka Honeycomb, he been giving you a oil change. Freaky Mills, the transmission. He been giving you a oil change. Every freak off, Freaky Mills been getting the oil change. And now you mad at academics. Now you don't want to address Honeycomb. You don't want to address the white billionaires. I know them white boys that had a good time with you. I can, I can only, because the way he talks about these billionaires, my billionaire friends, I got billionaire there. Yeah. You ain't dropped a hit in a long time. You ain't dropped no real good music in a long time. So answer me this. How are you keeping those billionaires happy, Freaky Mills, the transmission? How are you keeping those billionaires happy? Why are those billionaires so happy every time they see you? Why do they smile so big every time they see you and Lil Baby, full pockets full? You know why? Because again, the day of technology, the industry is being exposed. Mike Rubin told you on that airplane, we're gonna give you some drunken hugs tonight, Freaky Mills. Freaky. Oh, freaky. Hey, full pocket full baby and Freaky Mills was on that plane. And that white man told them, we gonna get drunk and I'm gonna give you drunken hugs tonight. And he was happy about it. He couldn't wait. And Freaky Mills and Lil Baby, they were smiling ear to ear. They were cheesing ear to ear at the thought. And he called it drunken hugs. So when you so when you think about a drunken hug, these niggas drunk now. They done got that freaky drug all in that yeah, they done spiked the bottles. They done got pissy drunk. And we gonna have a drunken hug. What does that mean for two men to have a drunken hug? Yo, this shit is not. It's really real, B. Told them they was gonna have a drunken hug, and the way he said it, like, bro, I can't wait to get off this plane, cause tonight we gonna have drunken hugs. I'm giving you a drunken hug, and I'm giving you. See, they got nicknames for this shit. They don't want to be real. They don't stand on 10 toes in grown man business. They make up these nicknames, the freak offs. We're gonna have a freak off tonight. We're gonna party. Oh, party means that we're gonna drink these spike bottles and we're gonna get so drunk and high all at the same time that we're not gonna know what's going on. And then we're gonna have something called a freak off. Oh, it's nicknames, freak off. And the freak off means, yeah, there is no gender. Yes, everything is for everybody. We're not going to call it a threesome. We're not going to call it an orgy. We're going to call it a freak off because it's men and it's women. And listen, listen, we're going to do it all. The white guys, the white billionaires, when they got these rappers in their possession, when they got these puppets in their possession and they're pulling the strings, they say, we're going to have a drunken hug. You remember Lil Baby at that all white party? And he had Mike Rubin shoving cock in his back pockets, and he had the other boy shoving cock in his front pockets, and that's what made Lil Baby full pockets full. You remember the picture, don't you? You remember the picture where Lil Baby had some cock in the back. Yeah, he was getting full. It was full pockets full that day. Those type of drunken hugs. But at nighttime, when the cameras is off, at nighttime when it's a freak off, what kind of drunken hugs you think? Yeah, they getting drunken hugs. He said, "This is what it is. It feels gonna be." Salute to the chat, man. Salute to the chat. Yeah, man, we rocking out, baby. We back at the big house for a couple of days. So I figured I'd go live early. And then we'll tap in tonight. We'll go live again. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Salute to the whole chat. You know what I'm saying? Now, listen, man. Listen to me. Listen to me. If you have not subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We only growing, we only going up. Listen, we're growing this channel organically, my G. I mean, we don't ask for super chats. We don't ask for cash apps. We're not really into all of that. The money is going to get the money over here. We getting to the bag over here. We doing it in real time. We doing it in grown man business. That's why we not going live every day, because real men don't have time to go live every day. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you do all of that. But the subscribe button make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. So when we are live, you get the notification. This channel has been black banned, shadow banned and blackballed from the algorithm, but is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. It's all because of the truth that's given up when you come over here. And I had to have fun with that a little bit. I had to, make some fun of that. I had to make, light of the situation, because it's really a dark situation. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in a rap. And when you think about, Honeycomb, when you think about Freak Mills, when you think about all of the things that these guys are doing behind closed doors, for a heterosexual male like myself, it's a dark topic. It's a dark issue. It's disgusting work, my G, and it's hard to really talk about. It's really hard to, articulate and to put into words, because I could only imagine the things Freaky Mill has done off them spike bottles that Diddy keep at them parties. And again, man, I done told y'all already in old videos, like, you think Puff Daddy is only giving these females the spike bottles and he's gonna save you dudes and make sure y'all don't get no spike bottles? No, homie. Y'all getting stronger bottles than the females. Oh, that Deleon and that Ace of Spade, that shit tasting just right, and it's 3 times stronger, because he done put extra E-pills in that bottle. He done put extra freaky drugs in that bottle, because it take more to break the men down. The women get frisky, they get drunk. Women, they get drunk, they start kissing each other. Women are very open to that homo lifestyle. They'll start kissing, they'll start rubbing, they'll start doing things with each other because they're women. But when it come to men, you know what I'm saying? You got to get them extra intoxicated. You got to put extra drugs in there, because when this guy gets involved in this freak off orgy, and next thing you know, it's you got a female topping him off, and then a transmission comes and starts topping him. Once he gets, yeah. That's how Diddy gets them, and it's all being recorded, my G. I got cameras all over my house. I could only imagine the camera system that Diddy got in all of his mansions. So Freak Mills, man, your time has come. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to everybody in the chat. Big salute to everybody that's tapped in again. Hit the subscribe button. We only growing it. We only going up organically, my G. Channel is growing organically. We'll be at 20,000 subscribers in no time. Keep your third eye open. Always be able to see through the smoke and mirrors. Everything that glitters is not gold, my G. They sold that dream to us for a long time, with us looking at the industry and looking at these rappers and looking at these entertainers and wanting to live that life, not understanding the things they give up to live that life. Meek Mills, it wasn't worth it, homie. Your career is in shambles. You're not dropping no music that's touching the people, and now you being exposed for partying with Diddy. Now you being exposed for partying with Diddy. When you had Nicki Minaj, we gonna now remember you for partying with Puff Daddy. Is what it is, and it'll be what's gonna be. Look, man, big salute to everybody that's in the chat. Big salute to all my day one investors, all my new subscribers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We going live again tonight for sure, my G. For sure. So you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. It's straight off the bricks into the bottles. It's straight off the bricks into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing. We not dressing nothing up. Meek Mills, aka Freaky Mills, aka Cheeky Mills, aka Bunny Hoppin' Meek. I had to give it to you straight raw, my G. Straight raw. Honeycomb got you yeah, he got you between a rock and a hard spot. The paperwork is public, homie. Freaky Mills. When you was in that pool and you was letting Diddy call you daddy, you had a long night of freak offs. You was tired, homie. When you put those matching outfits on with Diddy, it's because, after, yeah, man, you was catching feelings. You started catching feelings for Honeycomb. Meeky Mills, aka Freaky Mills, aka Cheeky Mills. Is what it is, and the people that's gonna be, man. God